Hey guys, this is my first stream. I tried streaming last night and recorded about 20 minutes of it, and it worked pretty well, but I found that I need to get a little more organized, so I'm going to do that today. Let me start with this part here and make sure that I am actually streaming. Yeah, it says that I am live, so here I am. A little delay. So this is what I talked about yesterday. I made this document during the stream, but I'll go over it in about 1/10 the time. So my stream is about using the blockchains directly, using the Explorer, the keys, seeds, private keys, addresses, using wallets, paper wallets, mobile wallets, PCs, and many different coins. I'm going to talk about investing, not investing as long-term holding, buying only, not selling the coins. This is similar to when you elect a 401k on your paycheck or something like that. The money goes off. You know that you're hoping that you won't spend that money for 30 years, and it's not the kind of investing where you buy something and then next week it doubles in value and you're worried that it's going to go down again, so you pull out. Not that type of investing. So this is a more of a long-term approach that we'll talk about here. I'm going to be buying $20 of cryptocurrency in a moment and adding it to a portfolio for this live stream. The portfolio will get more and more complex over time. We'll manage that portfolio. We're going to start with some basic coins. We're going to add some more complex coins, and we're going to use that idea of kind of a 401k or an S&P 500, do some market cap averaging to make the portfolio a little safer as far as it not disappearing on us. We're going to talk about using the cryptocurrency. So besides just investing it, we also we will use the coins. So there's digital apps out there. You might have heard of CryptoKitties. There's a lot of other new apps out there. These apps are just in their infancy, and we're going to try to find out what they do, where they're at right now, and if I'm still live streaming a year from now, we're going to see a whole industry transform, I hope, as more and more apps come online and get more features. So we talk about keeping the money using the blockchain directly. This is kind of the opposite to the blockchain, the exchanges. So we're not going to talk about Coinbase, Binance. We'll use exchanges to exchange, but not to hold the money. So in the end, when we log out from the exchange, they won't have a balance there. We'll be holding the money. And from the people I've talked to, a lot of people are confused about that. They're concerned that maybe the exchange is more secure than they are. And so we'll get into that. We're going to talk about scams and security, ICOs, how to spot bad coins. We're going to stick to the popular coins. I don't think I have a section on there. I should say something about that. So we're going to stick to what's popular, not anything obscure. So if somebody gets on the chat and they they ask about some coin that they heard about and it's not a mainstream coin, then we'll probably pass on that, except for we'll give it a quick check to see if it's a scam, to see if it's to make sure that it's not a mainstream coin, that it's something we don't want to be interested in. So we'll probably stick with the top, for right now, maybe the top 20 coins or top 10 coins. And, hopefully a year from now we may get into the top 100. But you know, if it's a new coin that's not even the top 100, we're probably not going to talk about it other than to say that it might be a scam. We're not interested in guessing which coins go up in value. I don't really care about what the coin did yesterday or this week or whether it went up and down. We're not going to trade coins. We're not going to take the one that went up and sell it to buy the one that went down or vice versa. And we're not going to try to maximize our portfolio or guess prices. We're not going to talk about Lamborghinis or how to get rich quick. This may seem very boring, but imagine if you did that with your paycheck and your 401k. If, you know, Friday or the beginning of the month you get your paycheck and you've elected to save 10% of your money. So let's say, you know, you had a nice paycheck of you know, $2,000, so $200 went into the stock market, and then let's say you picked which stock it was, and you picked it based on whatever the news of the day was, and then that stock goes 10 times in value. So you're really happy. You tell all your friends, they all buy in. The next week it goes down to 1/10 its value to where it was before. Now all your friends are mad at you. And then the other thing could happen. Your friend could be the one to get rich first, and then you start doing what they're doing, and then you know, you lose all your money. So a lot of times getting rich, even on these coins, is akin to winning the lottery. If we go and find somebody who's won the lottery and have them tell us how they did it, and then we spend a bunch of money trying to copy what they did, most likely we're not going to win a bunch of money. So I'm not interested in talking about that other than the fact that it's not something that I want to do here. So if you're interested in that, there's a lot of YouTubes about trading and about what are today's prices. So, you know, you can watch those and get excited and let me know how it works. Okay, so enough about the agenda. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to put $20 into a portfolio. So, and I've got one monitor here, so I'm not, let me see if I can adjust this to leave the chat over here. I keep peeking at it. This is my first live stream. There's nobody chatting. And hello world. I can't spell hello. There we go. All right, so when we buy $20 of cryptocurrency, the first thing we have to figure out is where are we going to hold that cryptocurrency, and what's it going to look like? Which coin would it be? Why is it that coin? So what we're going to do is go to a website called CoinMarketCap. This is probably the most popular coin website, and these numbers here are just how big the coins are, and it's based on market cap. So market cap is really easy. It's the price of the coin multiplied by how many coins out there are. If you owned every one of these 17 million Bitcoins, it would cost you $9,000 a piece, and you know, that's $155,000. It's very simple math. And this coin down here, Ethereum, there's more coins out there. There's you know, over 5 times as many Ethereum coins out in the world right now. Each coin is worth $681, so that's this market cap. So if you compare the 155 to the 67, you'll see that Bitcoin is worth over twice as much as Ethereum. Even though the price is like, you know, 10 times as much, you have to take into account the supply, not just the price. We're going to ignore volume for now, and we're definitely going to ignore this stuff over here. Looks pretty green, but it's not. This live stream is not about that one. Let me see if I can get the chat over here. I'm getting used to streaming. So I haven't live streamed before. I've taught several meetups. I've taught them in my home. I've taught them in some office buildings in Seattle. I'm based out of Seattle. My name's Ray, and so when we're building a brand new portfolio, we don't just, go down and try to pick some random coin and throw a dart, and that's more akin to gambling. That's what we don't want to do. We want to build a portfolio that's similar to one of those boring mutual funds that you would have at work, or the S&P 500, something that is exposed to the market and will go up with the market, but also is as safe as possible, knowing that coins, of course, are not safe. Don't buy any coins with money that you don't have. Don't borrow to buy them. If you've been borrowing to buy other things like cars and homes and jewelry, you probably don't need to borrow to buy coins. You can just pay that stuff off, and paying down your loans are an excellent investment, much better than coins. But if you've paid off all your loans and you're willing to dabble, or if you're just experimenting for 20 bucks here or something like that, some coffee money, you want to see what this cryptocurrency is all about, then by all means, it's a great market to play in, a great technology to learn. There's people that are getting employed in this because of their knowledge and their experience with this. And so enough talking, let's try to buy some Bitcoin. So I mentioned that we're not going to use exchanges, and I think probably the first way to do that is to say, let's set up a scenario where one of my friends wants some cryptocurrency. He wants to put $20 on Bitcoin. So let me see if I can get the camera to show my little change box just a moment. Let's see. Is that on camera only? Yeah. All right. So this is a coin box. Get used to holding the camera here. These things, I think I bought this for $15 on eBay or something like that. It holds stuff. Let me make sure I don't have anything weird in here that I don't want to show. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably all right. So in the coin box, wow, camera straight. I've got some paper wallets and some coins, and I'll show those coins to the camera. These are not US coins. These are not going to show up on the camera, but this is about $1.60 worth of silver. If you went to a coin shop, they would charge you maybe $3 or $4 for this little 1/10 ounce of silver. It's worth $1.60 in metal weight. This is a 1/2 ounce of silver, so that's worth about $8. Full ounce, this is worth $17 or so. Haven't looked up the price of silver lately. This is some paper wallets. These are the public keys that I'm showing. The other keys are folded over. And what I've got written on here, I don't know if you can see the writing, but it says 5 EOS. So EOS is a coin that I bought a few days ago, and I transferred it to that paper wallet. And so we're going to do something similar with Bitcoin. So in our scenario, wow, bumping my desk here. So in that scenario, a friend of mine wants to buy $20 of Bitcoin. So I've also got some $10 bills. over here. So there we go. $20. So he hands me $20. Now I owe him $20 of Bitcoin. Simple enough. How will he hold that Bitcoin? So just like I can exchange $20 for those pieces of silver, they don't have prices on them. I can charge him double. I can charge him half. I want to give him some Bitcoin. So we're done with this. There's a website out there called Bit Address. All right, so this allows us to generate a new Bitcoin address. I went to this from the website. So for those of you who haven't used Bitcoin before, Bitcoin is a series of account numbers, and it's based on this private key. I'm probably not going to send any money to this account since you guys can see it. If you guys send any money to account, I probably wouldn't check it, and the money would be lost forever. Basically, this random number, if you counted up all the possible combinations, it's more than like the number of grains of sand in the sea or the stars in the universe, and we're just picking a random spot out there. It's like hiding your money on one grain of sand on the planet, and somebody would have to find that grain of sand and find your money. But they can only check one grain at a time. A supercomputer trying to check every address, it would take them, hundreds or thousands of years, and it's just not possible to find it. And this has been proven for 9 years. Of course, things can change. Computers could get more powerful, and quantum computing, and someday maybe this system won't work, but for today it's very secure. So the idea is that you take this number and you hide it. So this would be my friend's hidden personal number, this fictitious friend. I'll just call it the live stream. So this is the live stream's private key. So they would save that to themselves. They would never share that with me. This is going to be what they use to spend it later. If anybody finds this, then that person can spend the money. They could just take a picture of it or memorize it if they're that smart, and spend the money without anybody knowing until you look on the blockchain, and then you would see that the money's gone. This is your address. So they call this the public key or the address. And to convert between this and this, the way it works is we use this SHA-256 algorithm. So if you stick this number into SHA-256, it'll spit out this number. But if you put this number into any algorithm, it'll never spit out this number. So it's kind of a one-way lock, and it's like when you're at the bank and they've got a vault with a hole on the top and you can drop money into it, but then you need a combination to get money out. Anybody at the bank can drop money into that vault. That's this part. This is kind of the input for your coins. And you can keep track of what you put in there. The blockchain will keep track of that for you, but you can't get the money out. Knowing about this doesn't help you get it out. This is the only side that will get it out. It's like the combination to the lock. So this is something that you don't share with somebody else unless you want them to have your money. So basically, I just need to send $20 to this address. I've already got the $20 here. See what my camera looks like. Yep, got the $20. And so now I need to send the Bitcoin. So I've got a mobile phone, and this was my morning run, 2 miles. But I've got an app on here called Copay Bitcoin Wallet, and it's a pretty popular Bitcoin wallet. It's made by the company BitPay. It's open source, so if they go out of business, everything should be still out there as public knowledge. Everybody else would have a copy. They can still keep producing Copay Wallet or a copy of it, and my Bitcoins should be secure. So I'm going to, I'll show you some of the security features. So when you log into Copay, it asks for a PIN. So it has PIN, it has encryption, it has password. And I wouldn't recommend keeping all of your cryptocurrency on your phone, but to keep a small amount on your phone so it's handy, I think is a great idea. And I've got some balance here. Won't show you what that is, but it's more than $20, so I'll have enough to send to my friend. So this is what the send screen. I wonder how this comes out on the camera. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I think I need to get some kind of a live streaming setup for cameras because see if I can make it brighter. I don't know if that'll be worse. But anyway, you'll have to trust me. I'll work on that to make that work. But so my friend needs a Bitcoin wallet to hold the Bitcoin that I'm about to send him, the fictitious friend. And I don't want to use that address that I generated, so I'm going to leave the camera on me, and I'm going to hit generate new address a few times. And I'm going to take this key, actually I'm going to take this whole wallet and print it. And let's see if my printer will, yep. So I don't know if you can hear my printer, but it's going to spit out, oh boy, I think I need paper. Alright, so since it's only $20, we are going to pull up a text document. I'll just call it first 20. So this is money on the blockchain. It can be moved around from account to account, from wallet to wallet, and I'm just going to take that secret key on the right hand side and I'm going to paste it. If I don't have that, there's no way to spend the money. You can't reverse transactions, and but I will at least be able to show how to import it and use it afterwards. And if I can select properly. Okay, so I'm going to save this key before I copy it. And this PC, desktop. Oh, it's already saved. So I'm going to double check the numbers. Starts with 12, ends with PB, starts with KY, ends with FX. Alright, so let me share my screen again. That did not work. Alright, let me try that again. So you want, basically the idea, And it looks like I need to practice this a lot more. I know how to use it personally, but trying to do it on live stream and using the tools or with or without tools, different tools, is apparently a little bit challenging for me. So let's try it again. The worst thing that can happen here is I lose 20 bucks, which is not that great, but also not the end of the world. Okay, so I've got my share address matching, I've got my private key matching. I'm going to save this document. Okay, now I'm going to close the window so all you see is the public key. Alright, so here we go. That's what I meant to do earlier. Alright, so what I was doing there while I was hiding my screen is working on this paper wallet. So I named a file called First20, and sitting on my desktop somewhere, there it is. And in this file is the address and the private key for that is down below. So I've got basically a paper wallet here. I didn't have paper in my printer, so I won't show you that or the scanner, but I'm going to send the $20 to this address, and the private key is down below. So the first thing we need to do is, I don't want to type all that, so we need to get a barcode going. So let's see if I can do that, because I'm going to scan the barcode with my phone when I send the money in. So before I do that, let me check the balance on the blockchain. Okay, so if I paste in this address, so this is like that grain of sand that I chose, or that star that I chose. If I'm real lucky here, then somebody else has already used this and they've already put millions of dollars on there, and then I'm rich. But it doesn't quite work like that. It's possible, but it's so unlikely that it never happens. It's kind of like winning the lottery, but even more, you know, just doesn't happen. Let me drink something here. Okay, so there's no money on this address. We've got a barcode. So I'm going to copy this image, go in here, and I'm going to say a new document, because Notepad can't take a barcode. So this barcode, if I just scan this, I've got a little scanner here, see if it's plugged in. So this is my scanner, see what my camera looks like. And when I beep this thing, so you can see my cursor is blinking underneath it. When I beep it, it types 18Q 4D, ends in 1N8. So let me make this a little bigger. So it's just a fast way to type the same number without cutting and pasting. Since I'm not going to need the private key for a while, let me just save and close this document. Actually, before I put any money onto this address, I want to make sure that my money is secure, and I want to make sure that I can spend the money later. If I put $20 on this address, and right after I send it $20, my computer blows a circuit or something and I'm not able to recover anything from the computer, then the $20 is lost forever. We've all heard about people losing money on Bitcoin. So, you know, from losing their computers, losing their phones. So I'm going to take a little break here, and I'm going to go find some paper. That should be pretty easy for me. So just a moment. Alright, good old paper. So if you put your Bitcoin passwords on paper, then at least you don't have to worry about your computer dying. You do have to worry about loss of the paper, but I showed you that little box, so I can put the paper in that box. And there's lots of other places to put the paper, like safe deposit boxes and the like. So I'm going to add one more barcode to the private key, and I'll be printing it out. So I'm going to leave this on the camera view of me, and you just saw how I added a barcode to the public key. I guess one thing I'll do is we took the barcode off of that web page. That web page doesn't show the barcode for the private key, so we have to find another way to generate barcodes, and I'll show you that first. So this was our public key. Public key address, and I'll name it. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see all that. Seems like I can't spell address here. Alright, so then what I'll do down here, private key, and so we're going to need the barcode and the numbers, or just one or the other. I'm not going to paste it right now because I don't want you guys to see what it is. That'd be fun though. We can, you know, I can put $2 on a wallet or something like that in the future. I can show you guys the private key, and then you know, you guys can steal the money, and you know, we can have some fun with it. I don't think anybody is watching right now, so you know, I'm kind of talking to the air here, but maybe somebody will watch this later. Okay, so to generate a barcode, you know, you can go to a website that's compatible. Basically, this address equals this barcode. If you put your name in, there's a barcode for your name, and I'll show you how to do that. QR code, QR code maker, something like that, generator. Here we go. Yeah, so I could just type my name, Ray, and I get a barcode for Ray. I'm going to use this, and the problem with this is if I put in my private key to this website, if for some reason they want to get, you know, they want to steal my Bitcoin, which why wouldn't they? if they had access to what I type here, then they would be able to do that. So before I just go do that, I just want to see the source code of this page. It looks like they have a lot of code on one page, which is a good thing. And I wonder if I were to say, let's see, view pages source, and copy everything, and then say new text document qr.html, and edit. Okay, there's some stuff, and save. Let's see what happens if we run our own QR page. See if they like us stealing their page. All right, let me find a little bit safer tool that I've used before. It's possible that this is very safe, it's just I can't tell with the little information I have whether they're keeping whatever I'm putting on there to themselves or not. So let's go back to just me, and let me do a little bit of digging. And we're going to call this, where did I keep it? Air gap general QR code. Yeah, I think I'll just take this whole air gap general folder. Okay, so what I did is I have this air gap general folder that I keep, and if I go in here, now I can say array and update, and it'll give me a QR code. I know this stays on this device. If you're really paranoid, you can unplug your computer from the internet. I've got a computer that's never been plugged in, well, will never be plugged into the internet again. I bought it brand new. I did a Windows update, and then I destroyed the network interface. And you know, if you really want to have some fun with generating these things off the web, you can do that. We're on a live stream, so we're not going to do that. So I'm going to go offline, and I'm going to generate this private key. Let me name and save this. Actually, this document I'm not going to save, and I'm going to delete the other one. So I'm going to switch to camera only. I'm going to paste a barcode on here. I'm going to print it out, and then I'm going to delete the Word doc and delete the text file that we had earlier, which was this one. And then the only copy of that private key will be on paper. It's not going to be on my computer. And this document was never saved. That one was. So I'll do a shift delete so it's not in my recycle bin. If somebody wants to scour my computer for the deleted file, I guess that's possible. So enjoy the 20 bucks if that's what somebody wants to do. Alright, so yeah, and this is getting way technical. I'm going to have to do a whole nother session with a software wallet instead of, you know, getting down to the nitty-gritty. I love this stuff. This is fun for me, but I realize that a lot of people are getting lost, and this is not going to be very helpful or popular. So I think if I keep wanting to geek out on this, then I'll have to rename the stream to Geek Crypto 20 instead of Popular Crypto 20. But we're gonna finish this out. All right, so before I open this up and get the private key and paste the barcode and print it and delete everything, I will switch to the me view. There we are. And so I'm going to open this up. I'm going to paste in private key. Make sure I'm still not sharing. And I'm going to go to my little app. And I'll paste the same private key in there. And I'll hit update. And copying the image. Pasting it as an image. Before I print, I'm going to test my barcode. Yep, it looks good. So now I've got a nice clean paper wallet. I'm going to space out the private key so that I can cover it up. And that looks good. So I'll say print. Okay. And I probably don't have my printer plugged in. Don't need my barcode scanner anymore. There it is. Printer's warming up. Good. Alright, so now I've got my paper wallet. I'm not worried if my computer dies. There's not $20 on it yet anyway. I'm deleting the Word doc. That was temporary. I'm closing my QR code generator software. I'm deleting my text file with a shift delete. Are you sure you want a permanent delete? Yes. Okay, everything's gone. And one last check. Yeah, okay, so back to this view of my desktop. So here we are. Okay, so this is the paper that I generated. Let's see if I can get to the right screen. Yeah, this is the paper that I generated. I've got the bottom folded so that the private key is not exposed. I feel pretty safe that whatever Bitcoin I send to the public address will be there on the private address. So last thing to do is to use my phone, which also has some Bitcoin on it, and I'm going to send that over to the paper wallet. So if we refresh this page, we can see I have no balance, and I'm going to scan. All right. And I'm going to send a payment, and I'm going to change this to 20. So this is what it looks like on my phone. And I've got the $20 USD. I'm sending this over to my friend. The address up there matches the address on my paper that my phone just scanned. It's telling me that there's 33 cents in fees. That's a lot for $20, so I'm going to change that to economy. And now there's 23 cents in fees. I saved a dime. Probably wasn't even worth the time. And so I'll hit send. It's asking me more passwords and encryption. Okay, sending, signing, broadcasting, payment sent. And let's go over here and we'll refresh, and it's instantly there. So I have one transaction, 0.002 Bitcoins, which is $20, sent to that address on the paper. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes and send you guys the private key while I was trying to video all of this. The private key is safely on my paper. So I want to make sure that, you know, like I can't spend that $20 from this computer. I can only spend it if I have this piece of paper. So I can lose the computer, and that wouldn't be a problem for this 20, but if I lose the paper, that's a big problem. Impossible problem to solve. Trying to recover my 20 with no paper is kind of like trying to recover a millionaire's Bitcoin account that I don't know without their password. It just can't be done. So I'm gonna wrap this up a little bit. And put it in my box. Let's see if I can get a better view here. So this is my box with my fictitious friend's $20, and his Bitcoin is going to go right there. So the last thing I want to do before I close out now that that money is safe, it's not on my computer. The last thing I want to do is I want to build a portfolio. This is going to be a super easy portfolio. I just want to say that on 5/2/2018, I have 0.002, what was it again? 0.0022 Bitcoin. And I'm keeping it in a paper wallet on in a cash box. So that's my portfolio. Today it's worth $20. So now I own some cryptocurrency with some coffee money, and that's going to sit there. If Bitcoin doubles tomorrow, then the value will be there. At some point we'll probably move that to you know, a different wallet, or merge it, or maybe we'll send another 20 to the same wallet if we feel that's secure and that's a good way that we want to hold it. We'll figure that out next time. All right. It looks like I did not get anybody chatting, but I burned 48 minutes of live streaming. It's my first live stream, and I showed how to do a paper wallet. I showed how to load it with value, talked about what we're going to do on the live stream, and I'll think of a different topic for next time. But next time we're going to buy another $20, maybe Bitcoin again, maybe Ethereum, and we'll do it live. All right. Thanks for watching. Maybe somebody will watch this later, and have a great day.